Hello everybody, welcome to Cooking Accords.
It's making me
This
change.
is Chef Danny, how are you? Nice to see everybody. I can't see anybody, but you can see me. Boy, we have a great show, and it is pumpkin season, evidenced by all the lines at the pumpkin farms, and the lattes, and the donuts, and the muffins in the store. Pumpkin pies, pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do something with pumpkin, because they're in season, and 'tis the season. We are going to do a pumpkin scone. We are going to make a spicy maple glaze on there, and we're going to start right up. First thing we're going to do, we're going to get our bowl, and we're going to mix our dry ingredients. We have flour, baking powder, we have cinnamon. To make it easy on yourself, you can get some pumpkin spice, or you can make it yourself. Cinnamon, allspice, ginger, a little clove. You can do that if you like, you can just go buy it. We have a little salt. Oh, a little kosher. We're going to mix this up a little bit. The next thing we're going to do, and this is very, very important, we're going to add our cranberries, dry cranberries in there. So we have our dry ingredients, right? Now we have to put our butter. Mix this all up nice and nice. It's your wooden spoon. Now it's really, really important when you do scones or biscuits or anything like that that requires cold fat like this. You don't want to touch it with your hands because you don't want to melt it. This has been frozen. We're just going to take a cheese grater. What we're going to do is we're going to actually grate this down. Okay, this is genius, whoever thought of this. It wasn't me, I'll tell you that. We're going to grate it down, watch out, you don't grate the paper. And the little pieces of fat that are going to be incorporated into the flour. Once we put our wet ingredients in there, there's going to still be little pieces of fat in our scones. And those little pieces of fat are super important that they don't melt by your hands because they're going to add tenderness, flavor, and because the butter has milk solids in it, milk, okay, as it cooks, and it's going to cook at 400 degrees, very high heat, it's going to start to evaporate, which is going to create steam within the dough, and it's going to lift up, and it's going to add lightness to it, as well as the expansion of the carbon dioxide gas from the baking powder that we put in there. So this is a quick bread. It's not like a yeast bread, which takes a whole day for yeast to ferment. This is a chemical reaction that happens very quickly. So you don't have a lot of time to put it into the oven. You can't hang out for 25 minutes and not put it into the oven. So this looks like cheddar cheese right now, okay? But it's not. Okay, we're going to get all this butter off. As much as you could, put that butter off of there. Now, we're going to mix this in right here. With a spoon, not with our hands. Okay, this butter is still frozen. Perfect. We're looking for it to get coated, and just like that. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to do our wet ingredients in a separate bowl. We have heavy cream, brown sugar, pumpkin puree. So you can roast your own pumpkin. That I bought at the store. Didn't have time to roast pumpkins, but I could if I wanted to. A little bit of vanilla, about a little less than a teaspoon. Okay. And what else? What about it before? It's egg. The egg is right here. Why egg? You know, because egg is going to add richness because of the yolk, and the white is sort of like a liquid. So when the heat hits this, it's going to evaporate and create steam, just like the butter did. Okay? Very important that you don't touch this with your hands. All right, mix this up. And I'm going to add this right to my dry ingredients. I can smell that pumpkin spice here. These are really good. You can have these for breakfast. You can have them for lunch. You can have them as a dessert. Okay, now we're going to just start to mix with our wooden spoon. All right. Now, if it gets a little sticky, that's okay, because we're going to flour the board. We're going to flour the board. See, I'm not really over mixing it. I'm kind of folding it in like that, like so. Like this. And if it looks like it's a little too liquidy, just add a touch of flour, not a lot, and just kind of turn it in like that. Really delicate. But Barb, you can come right up. You can see that there's pieces of fat in here still. Very important. It's going to make all the difference in the world. Same thing with pie dough. This is like the same type of thing. You want flaky pie dough, you have to have pieces of cold fat in there. And when it bakes, the expansion happens, the lift because of the steam inside the butter. Beautiful. All right. So now, a little flour on the board. We're going to turn this out. Okay, turn it out nice and neat on the board. Right. Now, a little bit of flour on top, just a teeny bit. Okay, I'm going to kind of form this into a ball. I have to touch it a little bit with my hands, but not for long. And this part of your hand, you kind of want to flatten it out to a round circle like that. All right, and you can use this, flour this. All right, there you go. Now we're going to spray our pan with a little of this pan spray. Right. Over that. You have parchment paper will work too. I hope everybody's enjoying the season, but man, I gotta tell you, it is beautiful out driving to work in the morning. The fall foliage is just really nice, and when I get up, it's early, so lots of times I see the sun coming up over some of the farms there. And with the beautiful fall foliage, just picturesque, really pretty. Okay, if you have one of these, great. If not, you'll have to use a cleaver or some type of knife. I have one of these. I'm gonna go quickly. Okay. Cut. And then we're gonna kind of put these on. Kind of like this. Try not to touch them for a lot with my hands, but you have to do a little bit. As long as you're not melting the butter in there, and I'm not, because I can see these beautiful pieces of fat in there. And you want to kind of get them, because they're going to spread a little bit, okay? They're going to spread. Beautiful. All right. Now, I have a little heavy cream. I don't have a pastry brush. If you have a pastry brush, great. And a little heavy cream just on the top. What this is going to do is going to help it brown. And if you had some sugar, like some coarse granulated, you can throw in there. I don't have that. But I'm going to do the glaze instead. So it kind of defeats the purpose of putting the sugar on there if you're going to do a glaze. Because the glaze is going to glaze over the sugar. And you won't have the same texture effect. But this is going to help brown. It's going to also add a little moistness to the top as it cooks in the oven, because it's going to cook at high heat. It's going to get zapped by heat really quick, is what we want, so everything starts to activate right in 400 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes. Now, Barb, come on over. Now what we're going to do, we're going to make our glaze. So I have some butter. I also have a fresh maple syrup from the trees. And this is a habanero from my garden. I have habaneros coming out my ears. I just cut a little piece off. That's all I did of the habanero. And now I'm going to add this Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Woo! I breathed in all that hot pepper. We're gonna melt this. This is gonna be our glaze. Alright? So we're just gonna melt this. We're not gonna burn it. We're just gonna melt it till and take it off. And let this kinda glaze in. And I have a cup of powdered sugar. Okay. Cup of powdered sugar in here. And this is spicy. You know, if you want to add a little salt to this, you could. Just for a contrast. All right, let's see. Just a little bit. It's coarse. It's a fine sea salt. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to turn this off. Okay. I'm going to add my powdered sugar. Add my powdered sugar like this. Okay. I also have some cream here. I'm going to add. If I need some more cream, I'm just going to get it out of the refrigerator. But this is a little lumpy, which is fine. We're just going to mix this up like this with a wire whip. Probably would have been a good idea to sift this first, huh, Bart? That's okay. This will turn this on. You can do a couple things with this. You could dip your scones in, because I have scones right here and I've cooked off the head. Look at how beautiful those are. You're looking for at least an inch thick on these. But this is a spicy, sweet and spicy maple glaze. Isn't that beautiful? Mm-hmm. It's always good to put them on some type of rack so they don't sweat when they cool. All the air is circulated around. See now? There you go. This is all set now. Okay, we can do one or two things. Okay, let's take this out of the bar. I'll take this out. Put our little plate here. Oh, here's a spoon right here. I know I had a spoon, Barb. We'll do this. We'll take it like this. Go like that. This is probably the best way to do it. And this is very, very hot. So what you don't want to do is put your fingers in there. Look at those beautiful scones. And as this cools, it'll get a little thicker. Do one more, Barney. So these smells, folks, really remind me of walking down a country road with beautiful foliage and those old houses with the open porch, those country houses with the open porches that go all the way around. And the smell of pumpkin spice permeating the air as you're walking by. Look at that, that is gorgeous. And that's a pumpkin habanero scone. I'm going to wash my hands because now I'm going to sing a song that relates to that country road thing. Can you see where I'm going with this thing or what? Well, I got a little smoky here. Okay. Yeah. Whew. That is cool. That is awesome. Those scones are great. Those are going to be great for breakfast tomorrow with your coffee. So this reminds me of a song. Walking down the country road. Beautiful foliage. The smell of pumpkin spice and pumpkin and apple pies going through the air on Sunday afternoon. It reminds me of a John Denver song. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road, take me home, country road. Just one little ditty for country roads there. Whew! Folks, thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to let you know that not only do we do this show here, Barb and I are private event chefs. And what we do is we create an evening and an experience for you and your guests at your home. It's like going out into your own home, like having a night out in your own home. And you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe the food that's coming out of my kitchen. You know why I say that? Because we hear that all the time. So Cooking Chords, bring us in. We have 4 dates left for holiday parties. 4. We're going to do the meet and greet. We're going to have some fun with you while we cook in your kitchen, entertaining you and your guests during dinner. We're going to make you feel like royalty. World-class service, 5-star food. If you have an interest or you know people that like to entertain in different ways, or entertain for a living, CEOs, pharmaceutical reps, people that entertain as part of their job. A lot of people can't go out, a lot of people don't want to get together, they're afraid to go to a restaurant, they're afraid to go to a big venue. We can come to your house. We even have Cooking Chords masks, so we are ready to help you. Folks, thank you so much for joining on. I hope you enjoyed this. Looking forward to hearing from you. You can inbox me on Facebook, on Messenger, or you can go to cookingandchords@gmail.com and send me a private message. Peace, God bless, and have a wonderful week.